front axle feels light. Holy shit, we're doing like 270 almost through the compression. Front end is so light. We've done this Green Monster together with Radio Sokol. Thanks to Radio Sokol, we've done this Green Monster, and then he also brought another Green Monster in form of a Ferrari 296. 830 horsepower from a V6, turbocharged V6, and also hybrid system. And yeah, it's already way past time, and I have already done a lap, and it's for me probably one of the best cars I've driven. Of course, suspension was a bit soft because it's a street car, but other than that, the liveliness, the handling, the feedback were amazing. It was very, very good. The only sadness was, of course, the soft suspension and street tires. You could use a bit more grip, but with more grip, the suspension would be even softer. So, I don't know what else to say. Fantastic car. I mean, I think...
For me, same. From street cars, I think it's one of the best cars for racetrack. It's very easy to drive fast with traction control, with all systems. And very, very fast one from engine and power. You can,
yes. I mean, I almost hit 300 at Schwedenkreuz. Hello. The only reason why we didn't do it is because there was a bit of traffic, so I had to slow down beforehand. But yeah, the car is extremely, extremely fast. I mean, it's one of those times when I don't need to mention a lot. I can talk you through the spec. I really like the carbon bucket seats, the dual bucket seats that you have, and all the interior and everything. And
it's a special order with paint and interior, exterior with Dreamline and
yeah,
like tailor-made cars.
Yeah, no, I love it. Really, like a very nice spec, and I said also in the video, just throw different suspension, tires, optionally brakes and aero on it, and you have a GT3 car basically. Even faster because it has more power than GT3.
Yes, 800 PS. I think GT3 269 have 500
or 550, depends on BOP, of course.
Without electromotor.
Yes, yeah. So it's a bit different animal, of course, yes, but this is phenomenal. Thank you very much for this experience.
Thank you.
And yeah, you guys enjoy the lap. Alrighty, welcome on board of Ferrari 296. I assume a lot of people are excited about this car. Last time I drove a Ferrari, which was let's just go open, SF90. Some people said, oh, you didn't even put in maximum horsepower, you didn't put in qualifying mode, so let's do it now, not that it matters. So we can go ESC off. No, it's good for the comments when people can say like, he's pussy, he doesn't even have it in the full traction off mode, he doesn't know how to get to drive. So let's have those comments from people who know how to drive better than me, because I'm eager to learn. So we are in 296. Let's see the acceleration. 3, 2, 1. A rocket ship. Oh no, we reached the speed limit. Oh, broke the speed limit. The front axle feels light. Holy shit, we're doing like 270 almost through the compression. Let's not get too excited ahead of ourselves. Warm up the tires as well. So suspension feels quite soft. You can see it lifting and pitching on the braking and acceleration, so that's not ideal, but everything else, the acceleration is wild. Brake pedal also very firm. Yeah. Now we cannot complain really about. Yeah, the tire pressures are a bit low, but they're for track mode. We cannot really complain about the car being too soft, because if you're gonna complain it's too soft, then Ferrari is gonna say like, your credit card please. You can now buy the Versione Speciale. Is this too soft? Your credit card please, and your mortgage, and you can buy a challenge car. So and then it's going to be stiff enough. Alright, I think all the jokes aside, let's focus on driving. There is something loose in the passenger door, I think, so yeah, they forgot maybe their lunch or something. The other thing that I also really dislike on Ferraris and Lamborghinis are fixed pedal shifts, so you cannot really like you cannot shift gears mid-corner, at least not as good, but everything else, 175, 180, and we're not even on semi-slick tires, we're just on some Bridgestone Potenza. Freaking fast. The front end is so light. I learned my lessons through here, so we could have gone 300s, but with some traffic we had to go early on the brakes to not to do any crazy stuff. This car is insane, and 100% I like it much better than the SF90, although it's been already 2 years that I've driven that, because SF90 is overpowered and much more of a GT car. This is really sharp in handling. The only problem is indeed somewhat soft suspension for the other capabilities of the car. You can probably see it on camera how the nose is shifting up and down under braking and acceleration. And the same thing, of course, you also feel while you're going in the corner, because the car also moves left and right, which is not ideal. Had to give a bit of a show for stateside supercars, but barely enough not to put it in the barrier. And also traction control was not fully off, or ESC, therefore it interfered, so we couldn't do a full slide. But it also shows you that even with TC off and not ESC off, the car allows you to have fun in the corners, to rotate. So this is actually pretty much the perfect setting, because with modern super and hypercars, when you have so much power, the problem is it becomes really undrivable and dangerous with no TC. So you need to have this middle point. And this is a nice middle point. Shout out to the Spanish M3 Touring ahead of us, who is really driving very nicely. By now the tires are on their limit, so they start to understeer mid-corner. That is quite a downside. This car really asks for semi-slicks, but at the same time, with semi-slicks you're going to have much more grip, and therefore it's going to activate the suspension in even worse way, where it's going to be pitching under braking, and more importantly, laterally it will be going up and down. I don't know why it's red. Oh, it pressed record by itself. I hope that the microphone is recording correctly, because sometimes things simply don't work. I don't know, because maybe I pressed the button accidentally. I sincerely hope that it is recording as it should. The audio footage wasn't good before. I sincerely apologize, we messed it up. But now, after passing the yellow zone and reset our mic settings, we should be good. I really also like, in terms of emotion, of course it's turbocharged and hybrid. It's not as loud or special as a Ferrari, as a Speciale or Italia, and even the Pista, but it still has quite a good sound to it. Yeah, I'm missing front end grip tremendously. Watching out for the GT3 RS, because the rental car is going to go for the corner. Yes. And now activate the RS. Look in the mirrors. Look in the yeah. No, don't go on the brake. You actually should go activate the RS and flat out through this section. Woohoo! Oh. Yeah, we need some really suspension stability, a bit of more grip, and it's going to be an insane car. And to be honest, you know, after driving this, what are they second-hand nowadays, like with a decent spec? 200-something thousand euros? 200-something thousand euros is an insane thing to say, but what I'm getting at, the Versione Speciale, understeer, because tires are too hot. Versione Speciale is like, I don't even know their name. It's like 550,000 or so. And I cannot know how much better this can be than this, which is a set of good tires, good suspension, and aftermarket aero. Whew. Yeah. Going a bit on the breakthrough here. Yeah. But driving emotion is really good. But for track, you really want to have a bit more firm suspension and the tires. But that's something you can do. You just go to a shop and get it. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be quiet for now, because I really want to enjoy the drive and focus on driving, not talking. No! Sad. This is the car I will be driving next. It's a car I have driven already 2 years in a row. With 608 real wheel horsepower mapped by Atomic. Maybe it has a bit more power now. So yeah. Most of the time track speed cars have an instructor in them, so maybe it was too much of a calculated risk, but everything is fine. Insane. Really, really insane. Wow. You know, I never had anything much with Ferrari, aside from the emotion that they cause under driving, and in the past it was a lot due to the internal combustion engines, which this still is, but not naturally aspirated, really loud. I know, it's not low, we definitely warmed it up. And like everyone, of course, I was skeptical when they went turbocharged, when they went V6, when they went hybrid. But you need to save your, what's it called? You need to save your judgments until you've actually driven the car. Because the way this car drives is freaking insane. The way how light it feels, how it handles, it's really, really, really good. And so far oh, look at that original Beetle with the pretzel rear window, and the license plate says 1948. I wonder if it's an OG one. Nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, he's the hero of the car park of the day, 100%. Oh, look, there's a vlogger. Ой-ой-ой. Что ты рассказываешь? Ты видел жука? Ты жука видел?
Да, я его только что пропустил даже.
Вообще,
Они не могли его завести.
Да?
Попросили меня, я пропустил их просто, чтобы не с толкача.
Огонь.
Что у тебя, что расскажешь, как машина?
Это радио Сокол 296.
Хорош.
Да.
Дядя. Красава. Блин,
Да.
ну она очень красивая.
Очень. И тормоза пахнут.
Да, едь, продувайся.
Да, давай. Давай. Спасибо. Чао. Yes. Let's let the Beetle go ahead. I'm happy that my editor is Ukrainian and speaks Russian, so he can do some subtitles to the conversation we had with also Misha. His name is also Misha. Hey. So I don't know what I want to say. I think I want to say that this car kicks ass. And I wanted really to build a Ferrari 360 or a 430 with today's technology. We have already concept ready with all the drivetrain, all the gearbox, all the aero. It's something we've done as a customer proposal, and that hasn't happened yet. But I love the concept so much that I'm thinking like, oh yeah, the temperature of the brakes is actually high. I love the concept so much that I want to eventually maybe build it for myself. But after having driven this, 296 Vulcan Alpha Special? Why not? Well, as of now, I'm like too busy putting my money into the companies and my Civic. But this was really good. Like, I think like you buy 200k 296 or something like that on the finance, on a lease, and etc. etc. You put 50k worth of mods on it, proper suspension, aero, wheels, tires, brakes. You maybe do even conversion to steel brakes. Why would you go for steel brakes? Because it's cheaper to run, much cheaper to run. What's it called? The braking performance might be even better, and definitely if you go in a gravel or all of a sudden, you do not need to replace like 20,000 euro brake disc of ceramics. Maybe not 20, but very high. So I'm really impressed. I'm really, really, really impressed. This is a proper supercar, because quite often still, like, you know, they're great on paper, you're driving it like, ugh. And yes, it's not perfect for the track, because for on the limit driving, suspension is way too soft, brakes get too hot. But there's a solution for that. If you buy it as a daily, insanely fast daily, it's fantastic. If you buy it for the track, like every car for the track, you need to modify the components like Manti Racing does. They change the suspension, brakes, put the aero. Done. That's all you need on modern supercars. If you want to have stage 200,000 plus 5 billion horsepower, yeah, sure, but that's not really good for reliability, and that also opens completely different can of worms. Alrighty. Sick. I hope everything worked in terms of recording, and where's the P? А где паркинг?
Просто пушись. Паркинга нет.
А, печаль.
Кнопку на руле.
Uh-huh. That was sick. Hope you guys liked it. A big shout out to Radio Sokol for making all of this possible.